Before we go any further, this is made out of plants. You can get plant-based biodegradable material. We'll talk about that later in the video. First, I want to talk about the snack cup. Now, as I work on plastic-free hydroponics, people were really confused when they saw the 3D printer. They were saying, but that's plastic. But you can get PLA material. It's polylactic acid, and it's compostable. It's made out of plants. So if we're talking about cracky hydroponics, let's start where a lot of beginners start, with a mason jar. Now a lot of people just take a mason jar and they get some net cups. Now you can get some pretty cheap ones like this. They're kind of flimsy. They have a real small lip on them. And the bottom holds in hydrogen or rock wool if you need it. But sometimes we get transplants and they've already got big roots. So some of us just take the bottom and cut it off. They're cheap and they work well. There's also some more expensive ones. They're a lot thicker and durable, and they last longer. But of course they cost more. Now most people just take the mason jar, take the lid off and put the ring back on, and put the net cup in. Some of these don't fit. And other ones do, but they just don't fit right sometimes. It gets a little irritating. Now this is the one I printed up. And besides the fact that it's made of plants, it also fits just right. It's the beauty of 3D printing is you can take a measurement and just print something that fits. There's no guesswork, and you're not spending hours looking online to find something that works right. So instead of looking for things that I want, I just sit, design it, and print it up. It's pretty cool, and I'm a beginner. Now besides all that, I can add features that I want. So instead of cutting the bottom out if I have a bigger plant, I can just pop mine out. Then I can use it like that. Now it's not perfect, it's just a prototype, one of my first ones, but I'm really happy with it. If I can do this within the first few days, I can't imagine what I'll be doing a year from now. And I don't even know if they make net cups with removable bottoms like this. But now I've got one. And just a little simple thing like this is what gets my brain going. And it gives me hope and initiative. And it's not like everything's perfect. This is the first one I made, and I made it too thin. And the PLA material is really brittle. So that was a mistake. So I used some other plant-based material and made the pieces wider. They're a lot more flexible, sturdy, and it worked a lot better. So you've got filaments for the 3D printer that are made out of plants. Same thing like this compostable cup. Now these plastic ones that everyone uses, they're cheap, they're readily available, and they have their place. So if that's what you want, that's cool. But for people that are looking for plastic-free options, it's just awesome to know that it's possible. So I'm not saying everyone go out and buy a $1,000 3D printer to print up some net cups. We're just looking at what's possible right now. This is the beginning of the journey, and we've got a lot to explore. Ever since 3D printing came out, I thought it was just plain plastic. But the industry is working on things. Plant-based, biodegradable. This one's PHA. It's 100% recyclable, compostable, and a biodegradable material. This will actually break down to carbons and sugar in 8 to 12 weeks. And I know people say you don't want to use that in your hydroponics. It'll degrade. But maybe that's what I want. See, our problem with plastic was its durability. We loved it because it was cheap and it lasted a long time. Maybe too long. Now, I'm not trying to change anyone's mind out there. I just want to show there's options. So if people are worried about it, it's good to know there are people in the world working on the problem and making products like this. Hydroponics makes growing food easy. And if you can make some products that aren't going to be around for hundreds of years and mess up the environment, I think that's a good thing. Now we've got a lot of cool stuff coming out. All of you that have 3D printers out there, the stuff that I make, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys files for those if you want to print them up yourself. I've got lots of plans, so you guys stick around. This is exciting. And this is just part of it. We've got a whole lot of other things that we're doing with stone and wood and just all kind of natural materials. This is just part of the puzzle. So you guys get out there, live to inspire, keep on growing, and be the change. We'll catch you next time.